Razork has more in him. And as much as like people are memeing on Razork and saying like Keck, Razork pathing, Razork this, Razork that, I know he has so much more in him. Like I just do. In my opinion, I wouldn't give up on Razork, to be honest. I think he's like bringing really good vibes. He's putting a lot of effort in solo queue. But I think he's mental boom. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him because I don't know what's going on. But personally, from seeing him play these last 3 weeks, I just think he's mental boom. Like, if he... People say solo queue Keck L, but if he wasn't playing any solo queue, and he was in like, you know, Master or Grandmaster, and his vibes in the videos that we could see are like really shit, and he just kamiyast, then I would agree that maybe he like doesn't give a fuck, kind of, and so that's why he's inting. But the signs are there that he's like grinding a lot. He's bringing really good vibes. He's trying his hardest, but he just can't play well. So the only thing that I can attribute that to as a outsider is he's just fucking out of it. Like he's just boom in his head. And that makes me feel terrible for him. And sometimes you can mental boom, you know. But the problem is he's getting the most shit. He's getting the most shit for all of it. But you know what this situation reminds me of, Razork?
Let's go, man.
It reminds me of TSM Spica. I don't know why.
Listen to the end of the broadcast from day 3. There are Razork voice calms.
Reminds me of TSM Spica. And I know you're gonna write TSM Keck, but like you have a jungler who, when he's like out of that environment and has like the skill.
1.5 years being a mod for this mad lad. Love you, Mark. Here is to a lot more less than 3.
Rekkles gets a lot more shit. Well, Rekkles gets shit because he's Rekkles, you know? Like, Rekkles can play good and get shit because he's Rekkles, you know? That's the problem of, like, being famous. I mean, he's the most famous player in Europe. Like, if FNATIC win a game, people will find a way to shit on Rekkles. Like, there's... When you're a personality that's so famous, there's going to be people that love you and hate you, you know? I feel like in League, that's just how, like, the cookie crumbles, you know? Like, let's say Bjergsen, you know, he's a really big player. If he ints, everyone will keck him. And if he plays good, or like semi-decent, people will still keck him if they lose the game, even though he played fine, you know? Or like, they double down on mistakes a lot. I feel like. And I think that maybe a reason why people... How do I say this in words? So, for example, Jankos. Let's take Jankos as an example, right? Jankos, like, is loved by...
Happy 2/3 of a year anniversary.
A lot of people love Jankos, right? But he's so public-facing, right? That he embraces the memes. You know, he embraces, like, the Sejuani memes. He trolls himself. He laughs about himself all the time. And I think that's what makes people not make as much fun of him as normal. You know, the punches they throw at Jankos when he ints are just like, haha, Grandpa Jankos, lol. And then he'll go on stream the next day and be like, I'm a boomer, you know? So, like... It doesn't really feel like a punch. Whereas people like Rekkles, I feel like when people flame him, they really mean it. They're like, you're fucking washed up, you're dog shit. And because he's not like very public facing, there is no like Rekkles side of the story for people to understand, like, or anything like that, you know? A good example is like when Rekkles put his video out. When Rekkles put his video out, a lot of people gave him lots of hearts and like lots of support. But if he didn't do that, for example, then people just shit him, right? So, I don't know.